the legal issue of barring someone into a temple based on caste, if at all. Second, this happens to be an elected representative, and most importantly, to an alliance partner of the DMK, of a government which has waved the flag of no caste for decades. Let's debate. Shalin Maria Lawrence, author and social activist, is joining us, and also Satish Kumar, who is an advocate of the Madras High Court. A very warm welcome to both of you. Maria, I mean, what do you say to such an incident? First of all, like I said, it's atrocious at various levels, but the point is that if you look at it from the political prism, D. Ravikumar speaks about it, but he is in alliance with the DMK. The DMK goes on saying, we don't believe in caste. I mean, there is, limited caste. You have been saying it on X for several months now that all this is hypocrisy. Today, Shalin Maria, I called Congress representatives. Last minute they said they will not come. I think they are very embarrassed because they are part of the alliance and they are unable to do something. This happens to the TNCC president. It happens in his own constituency. 25 long years we had someone from the SC to be, helming affairs in the Congress party. So look at it. It's a mess, isn't it?
In fact, what bothers me more is the way Mr. Selvaperunthagai has been laughing off the issue, he's just laughing it out. This is a very important issue in Tamil Nadu, which we have been discussing. I have been on panels several times on the temple entry issues and denial of ritual participation issue, which we have been talking for. I've been speaking about it for around 9 years. In Tamil Nadu, there are thousands, I wouldn't say even 100, there are thousands of temples managed by private people and HRNC, and there are temples where people cannot enter, they cannot, go near the sacrosanctum, or there's a lot of rituals. There is around 400 plus temple-based discrimination which exists in Tamil Nadu. It's like I'm always mugging up and saying the same thing, but that is the data. Now, when this has been happening to lay people, this has been happening to a common person, Congress kept quiet because Congress is part of DMK government, and Congress never raised an issue about it. Especially a person like Selvaperunthagai, why we rejoiced so much when he was made the president of Tamil Nadu Congress is because when an SC representation is there, we believe that he will speak for Dalits rights. Instead, what happened was every time there is a Dalit issue, temple entry issue, Selvaperunthagai maintained a silence. He didn't ask for the talk for the people. Rather, he supported the government. Just look at the video. So there's something called timing. I don't believe in superpower, but there are some timings which happen. Like when you don't talk about certain issues, especially temple entry denial, discrimination in temples, it happens to you. It happens to you. At that time, you feel, oh my God, I didn't speak for it so long. Let me go ahead and speak about it now, right? Let me raise the issue because people can sleep sometimes. Then things happen to them directly. They just have to wake up and say, okay, let me talk about it. Let me make this a big issue, because when Mr. Ex-President Govind was stopped at Puri, or Ms. Murmu is stopped at certain temples outside, the Tamil Nadu Congress or the DMK, they go ahead and make a big fuss out of it. Of course they have to, but but it happens in Tamil Nadu, they just keep quiet. They just don't talk anything. See, and he says, it's some official has done it, some right-wing official. He does not have any data.
Yeah, but then that's right. He says right-wing officials, but HRNCE is under Tamil Nadu government. Shekhar Babu is the minister of it. What right-wing? What right-wing? An official is supposed to do his duty. He can have personal biases. Let him keep it outside. What is DMK government doing? Completely failing in kind of, putting a lid over caste atrocities in Tamil Nadu, Shalin Maria Lawrence. It has come to the fore with this particular incident. Would you agree?
Very shameful, but because it's not happening in any RSS rule or BJP rule, it's happening in the state. It's called, they do all the chest thumping, calling themselves a social justice party, and this is what is happening here. And there's been repeated incidents which has come to the news, right? And we talk about it. And Selvaperunthagai, he casually says, you know what, some person who wants to dehumanize or who wants to, defame CM is doing it. No, it is not that. It's the real thing is CM does not pay heed to the discrimination of Dalits happening at these temples. The temples, which are mostly administered by HRNC, and it was taken care by OBCs locally. These temples do not allow Dalits. And Mr. Selvaperunthagai has missed a great opportunity to speak for Dalits this time. And again, he goes and laughs and says, some political party, some right wing, some conspiracy theories. I'm going to ask Selvaperunthagai only one thing. So don't get into conspiracies. You're a well matured political leader. Talk about how you were stopped. When someone like Tamilisai can go inside, you were stopped from going, and then you were not treated well. You are an MLA. There are certain rituals which were supposed to happen through you, which has been stopped. So please make a noise.
Right.
But instead, Mr. Selvaperunthagai is talking like a DMK spokesperson. He is not even speaking like a victim, like
right.
this has happened to him.
Absolutely. Makes a point there, makes very strong point. Satish Kumar, I wanted you today on the show because it is atrocious. It has happened today in Pudukkottai. Again, the Dalits have said that apparently the priest refused to give them vibhuti. He said, no, we will not give it to you. I remember a case in Madurai where the Kanaka Sabha, they could not get on to the Kanaka Sabha. Now, this has happened to the TNCC president in Sriperumbudur, Kancheepuram district, where he is not allowed when he is supposed to do it. The elected representative is supposed to do certain rituals during kumbhabhishekam. Satish Kumar, what is this rule? Do we live in 2025? Where is the constitution here? Why is that prevention of atrocities, SC/ST Act is not called upon? Again and again these atrocities happen. How can you not allow someone to enter a temple? Ilayaraja went through it. The maestro went through it. Let's not forget. Where he later said, no, I was not stopped, because it's the decency of that maestro. But it happens almost every day, Satish Kumar. What is the way out, sir?
Good evening, Sudha. I'm surprised that this issue has been now as a talk in the media. First of all, please understand, no one is allowed except the pujaris who are doing the kumbhabhishekam are allowed on the top of the tower or on the top of the temple, because no one is allowed. Please understand, please make a point of it. No one is allowed generally. But what happens in the recent days? In the recent days, everyone who has got some sort of influence or local people are all climbing on the tower, and especially on the kumbhabhishekam. Even during the ancient days, generally the on top of the tower, especially on the above the in the sanctum sanctorium, when the god is there, above the god's head, no one is allowed to do puja. Even the pujaris who are doing the puja, this kudamuluku at present, they themselves will do parikaram, we say. They do the parikaram later after the sanctum sanctorium. This is the agama procedures. Please understand, if the temple has
then how come Dr. Soundararajan was allowed?
Custom.
Why was Dr. Soundararajan allowed then?
Yes, I'm coming to that point. This has become a practice in the last few, maybe few decades, or maybe during the periods, everyone started climbing. It is absolutely to be stopped. I am making this as a point at this juncture, that such a practice of allowing, whether is a president of India or a prime minister of India, whomsoever it may be, when the temple is subject to an agama shastra, only the agama shastra has to be given importance. This is proved in constitution in many cases. Please understand that. So Agama Shastra, the law, Agama is nothing but law. That is the constitution of each and every religious places. So that Shastra has to be kept. But what happens? Only in Hindu temples this is happening. Here only we are talking more about the caste community and all those things. Is the same thing, same issues are happening in every religious places also,
right,
but
Satish,
that are not coming to light.
Satish,
that are not coming to light.
Satish,
but here
Satish,
only, I am coming
let's
to your
focus
point.
on
So
this.
Let me explain. Let me explain, Sudha. One more point I want to tell you. Please understand. But Sudha, you are seeing the picture visuals. What happens, because I have been to many such kumbhabhishekams. See what happens actually, top of the tower, only very limited people will be allowed.
You made that point, Satish. Then I know I have understood that. I have understood that
Please
point,
understand.
Satish Kumar. Then what was Dr. Soundararajan doing?
Exactly. Dr. Soundararajan, because of her entry prior to Dr. Selvaperunthagai, she climbed up. After some people came down, then Selvaperunthagai was allowed to go up because of the the administrative issue. It is not because of the cost issue.
Okay,
Please
what
understand.
about denying? What about denying? Acha, okay, fine. What about denying Dalits Vibhuti? Then tell me that. That is also Agama Shastra. That is Agama Shastra. That's not Agama Shastra. That's a bias. That's a bias. And I am talking to you from the Constitution. Yes, everyone must have their own rituals. Like, you know, I may not be allowed into certain religious places of worship of other religions. I am not going into that. I am talking about in Pudukkottai, when you say no Vibhuti, there are so many temples where the Dalits have been now allowed entry after 25 long years. What is this law, Satish Kumar? Is Tamil Nadu different? Is different from India? Maria, come in here, Maria. No, Satish, I have to give her time. Wait, no, I have to give her time also. Please come in.
Oh, because see, caste is there in India and every religion. It has included every religion. Okay, I'm not going to deny because that is whataboutery. But still, I'm not going to deny because I'm an activist. I've been fighting within my own Christian congregation that caste is being practiced. But end of the day, like HR and CE, if the Indian churches or the Tamil churches are being managed by, you know, a ministry in government, I will surely go ahead and ask them. But even now, I'm asking the CM, like, why caste is being followed in certain churches. But the second thing is, 17 years back, the same Kudamurukku happened. And that time, the person who was the MLA of that place was part of that Kudamurukku 17 years back in that Vallakottai Murugan temple. But only Selvaperunthagai has been stopped. That's the reason it has made the news. Because just before Selvaperunthagai...
No. I am telling you, Sriperumbudur, let me correct. Sriperumbudur is a reserve constituency. Please understand. And generally in Sriperumbudur constituency, only the reserve candidate is standing in election. Please understand that.
Sir, yes, before that, I'm talking about before 17 years, but now you have to listen to me. Just 10 minutes before Selvaperunthagai entered the premises, Miss Soundararajan was there. Mrs. Soundararajan was there on top in the Kudamurukku function. So why was she allowed and why was Selvaperunthagai?
My question exactly.
My question. I am saying Selvaperunthagai came late. That's what I would say. Selvaperunthagai came late. So Soundararajan, she came little earlier. She climbed up. She came down. Or maybe some other people, they came down.
What were the priests doing? What were the priests doing? Why did they allow Tamilisai then?
No.
What is this?
I am saying here, if at all you are questioning, you have to ask only the HRNC officials or the administrative authorities. There is an issue with the administrative authorities. Now, from now onwards, in whatever Kudamurukku, except the pujaris, no one should be allowed. This is my stand. That's what Agama says. Here what happens, because of the influence, because of the government officials and authorities, they take the charge. They think they are the authorities of the temple. They think they are the kings of the temple. So they climb up, they do all the atrocities. I am saying this atrocity is happening in each and every temple. Whether the temple is a private temple or a public temple or a HRNC temple, no one is generally allowed. And a person who really bothers about the temple or really give the importance to the temple or to the sanctum of the temple, he will not claim. He will not claim. Even let him, the person.
I mean, maybe Tamilisai did not know. Maybe Selvaperunthagai did not know. Satish is informing us, and maybe Satish is 100% right. But the point is, what were the officials or the administrators doing there when Tamilisai climbed up? My question is, this becomes big. There are two people. You discriminate against me, I will protest. Let me go to Shalin Maria. Maria, tell me something. No, Satish, you made your point. Shalin Maria.
See, I am very much interested in this Kudamurukku functions. I've observed Kudamurukku functions over the years because it engages the priest along with the local communities to take part in that. It's a very good process actually. It is a public participation along with the priest. Now, the second thing is, I've seen even Christian MPs from Thoothukudi being a part of Kudamurukku function, but they were not Dalits. And I've seen Mr. Shekhar Babu and a lot of ministers from Kanimori to a lot of people, a lot of politicians, it's become a norm. Even if Satish says, okay, this is not happening. Even then, over the years, from ADMK government to DMK government, everybody is part of the Kudamurukku. Even Mr. Thirumavalavan has been a part of a Kudamurukku of the temple, which he built in his own place. So it's not a new norm. It is a regular norm. But Actually, this is happening after 17 years. Sriperumbudur is known to be a very caste-prone area. I can give you details of at least 10 small temples managed by HRNC and OBC where they do not allow Dalits to do certain things, especially the rituals.
I have a
I'm damn sure about it. And I because I work on the ground in Sriperumbudur, except for the Ramanujam temple where the Dalits are asked to, take care of the Thair first. Other than that, at every other temple actually practices caste discrimination. Selvaperunthagai himself has said he's the victim. He has said that he has been discriminated.
Right.
Now we have to take up that word. Right? As Mr. Ravi Kumar said, ST, POV,
I want to ask a political question that, I only have 3 minutes left. How is Chalin Maria Lawrence, tell me, VCK is part of the alliance, Selvaperunthagai is part of the alliance, Mr. Stalin and Mr. Udayanidhi Stalin and Kanimuri, they all talk about Samuttavam, equality, no caste. But what is this? Is it a marriage of convenience? This simply brings out the hypocrisy of the DMK government, I say.
This is not even a marriage. This is like a Stockholm syndrome. They've been kept hostages and I don't know what they're giving them. But end of the day, welfare for Dalits is also not happening. I don't know why Trima has to go ahead and make statements about the coalition every day. Every day he says coalition is strong, coalition is strong, coalition is strong. 100 times a day he's talking about that. And then Selvaperunthagai comes out, and then if there is a Dalit issue, when Ajit Kumar was killed last week, Selvaperunthagai went to his home and then he came to the press and he says, what happened? This is nothing at all. This is a regular thing which is happening.
Right.
Why are you taking such an approach? Why are you questioning Stalin? I thought Stalin has not questioned anybody in this world.
Right.
Stalin is so pure, we should not question Stalin at all.
Yeah.
These people are behaving like henchmen.
By this humiliation,
they are henchmen.
the so-called
Yes.
By the so-called humiliation, as per your statement, Selvaperunthagai is the happiest person because now he got recognition as if that he is a leader of the downtrodden people or maybe the scheduled caste people.
What are you saying, Satish?
Yes, I'm telling you the fact.
After 25 long years,
scenario.
and why doesn't he deserve it? No, why doesn't he deserve it? He is democratically
let me
elected.
complete.
What do you mean by recognition? What is recognition?
No,
Satish. You're a lawyer. He is democratically elected, Satish. Finish because I don't have time.
I'm coming to your point, Sudha. Let me complete.
That's what reserved constituency means.
Sherlyn, please just let me complete. Let me complete my statement.
Quickly.
I am telling you now because of the political scenario, Mr. Selvaperunthagai already showed himself as if that he is the leader for the so-called scheduled caste people, and he wants to corner Thirumavalavan because he says I am the leader now, not Thirumavalavan. That issue is already going on. Because of that only, he is now raising this issue, showing as if that he is also close to the DMK, if that he is not a leader of
Sure,
Congress.
that's a political point you make, Satish.
Satish,
I totally get your political point.
Happening.
Your political
he is
point.
making this as a political
But the
issue.
end of the day, the Dalits and the marginalized are not secure in that state of Tamil Nadu, which goes blue in its face by saying, oh, Samuttavam, we do not believe in caste. They are as much casteist.
What about Ajit Kumar? What about Ajit Kumar? He belongs to Nadar community. He belongs to Nadar community. I don't want to say about the community.
So what about it?
But still you are making me to point out. See, this is
Sir,
happening.
You are a lawyer. You should be knowing.
You're a lawyer, sir. I mean, yeah.
Sir,
Okay.
there is a report. 90% of custodial torture victims are Dalits, sir. Henry Defense says that. Amnesty International says that.
I have that data too. I totally I validate that. And on that note, I've completely run out of time. But what Shalin says is based on empirical evidence.
Tell me about
Santankulam. Let's not go into all that. But Satish,
that's why
under the law, we are all equals. No one is more equal than the other.